Alrighty, welcome everyone. It's Tuesday morning, and I just watched the first two episodes of Asobi Asobase, and I didn't really care for it. It didn't do anything for me. Sorry. I keep apologizing. I shouldn't be apologizing for just expressing the like my honest opinion. I don't care about the show very much. So I'm gonna watch the things that were coming close after it on the poll. Which were Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei and Lucky Star, which are within 2 votes. I'm going to start with Lucky Star, partly because I think in terms of setup and stuff, it's the most similar to Asobi Asobase in general. If I'm not mistaken, Lucky Star is a KyoAni work coming fairly shortly after. I should probably look up. Okay, I'm going to look up stuff before I get into this. Let me do that. Kyoto Animation. List of things that they've done. Yeah, there we go. So Haruhi was 2006. Lucky Star was the year after in 2007. Yamamoto directing, I believe. So only canon between these two, and it is a manga adaptation. Okay. So this came before K-On! By 2 years, before Clannad or After Story by a season, or 2 seasons. 2 seasons. And predates K-On! And Nichijou by a number of years. Okay. What I know about this show. Okay, sorry. The first 4 episodes are by Yutaka Yamamoto, and the remaining entirety of it is by Yasuhiro Takimoto, who also directed Full Metal Panic Fumofu, which is one of my favorite comedy series, and The Second Raid, which is probably the best installment of Full Metal Panic, which, if you don't know, I'm a fan of, specifically because of Fumofu and Second Raid. You can see there are some Full Metal Panic characters right there. Okay, interesting. What else have these 2 directors done? So the first director is Yamamoto, and he got removed from the project or left for whatever reason. Okay, so he did episode directing on Fumofu and some storyboarding. Production director, script, storyboard for Haruhi. Okay. So there's some crossover there. And then Takimoto did Amagi Brilliant Park, Air, the entirety of Second Raid, the entirety of Fumofu. Head director of Hyoka. So much more stuff with KyoAni. I don't know what caused that split. So that's interesting. Also director of Haruhi. No Soshitsu. The movie. Oh. But the show only did episode directing. And an ONA. Okay, interesting. Okay. Cool. Well, that's really all I know. I know that this is in the vein of like an otaku culture type show, and I've heard it called the last great otaku culture show. I don't know what that really means. Let's find out. I've seen character designs from this. I've seen bits of dances from this. I know that there's a portion where they parody or riff on or pay homage to the Haruhi dance. So some elements of a Kyoani self-circle jerk, which is fine. I wonder if it actually has anything interesting to say about otaku culture. It doesn't necessarily need to. Uh, if it can capture the feeling of like, oh man, that's so real, or that's so true, or just be funny and position otaku culture gags in interesting ways, then it's probably worth watching. Um, I know that this was considered a rather influential show. So in the same way that someone who started watching anime in the last 10 years or so might go back to Haruhi and say, "Wow, I've seen a lot of this before," because the influence has spread from there. I think that this is considered an influential point in anime history, especially those shows that try to address otaku culture. I don't know much beyond that. Let's get into episode 1. I've got it up and ready to go. It's at 0 seconds. There will be multiple versions of this reaction video, picture-in-picture version with the video up there. You can find in the description. Timer-based version on YouTube with discussion at the end and a beep beep timer at the beginning, and that beep beep timer will go right here. Super stylized, super flat, cute. Well, I've seen that. Who did character design? Whoa, there's a lot of staff listed. Okay. Okay. Which side is the head? Yeah, exactly. Uh, No, no, no. Mm. Hmm. No. Ugh. This is such an interesting conversation. Fuck, I know that character. I've been that character. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. Okay, so she's okay, okay, okay. Okay. Perfect picture of Gat Moe. Okay. And Kona is versed enough in otaku culture to get it and point it out explicitly. All right, that's a solid setup. Yes. Oh, kind of. Each for their own reasons. I think she just wanted the homework. Something like that. Too real. Too real. Yeah, that's a little much though. Not much. Oh, okay. Where are those friends? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yup. Ooh. Lying low from what? He became a hikikomori inside the game? What is that, Street Fighter 2? Mm. And she just continues to do it the same way. What happened to that? Huh? Huh? Hello? Okay. Okay. Oh fuck. This got real fast. There goes your character. Oh, that's fantastic. Is this going to serve as a framing device for the ED? That they're all doing karaoke? That's uh that's Richan. It's terrible. I love it. All right, I like this quite a bit. This is really fun. So, opening and dance number is fun. Um the sort of meaningless conversations, the lack of care. Well, no, the careful lack of detail in the backgrounds and stuff. The really super flat, extremely stylized, even more so than we see in something like K-On! Um, Extremely simplistic character designs that aren't made to distort too much, but can. Uh, Really solid and distinct. Um, the first setup of Konata as a character, having her like be fast but not want to be in any clubs, because it'll take away time from her anime watching, is, I think I would guess, a self callback to Haruhi being the super athletic girl who everybody looks up to, who doesn't care because she wants to find espers and aliens and stuff. But in this case, it serves as a really straightforward introduction to an otaku girl character whose conversations end up being really pedantic and dumb. Like this repeated conversation about the side of a cornetto is kind of ridiculous and nonsensical. But what's really interesting is like she continues to do the thing that isn't working. And then after having the conversation and being offered this other alternative way of doing it, like, well, why don't you just cut off the pointy end and then dip it in the extra chocolate? She then does not do that and continues to do exactly what she was doing before. And I think that's a little bit of a statement here, like about who this character is. She's curious, and they all are. She's curious about what the best way to do things is, but she's also very set in her ways and unwilling to change. And I think that's indicative of a certain type of person. And I know that I've been that person, and I know that I have met that person. And so that immediately is interesting to me. And then we've got this odd sort of quirk where this other girl loves mayonnaise on literally everything and way too much of it. And it's kind of disgusting, but people have their preferences, and the other girls are sort of like, well, okay, I guess that's a thing that you do. And then this is where we start to see the sort of what I think will be the thread that ties this together. It seems that Konata is the main character who brings the otaku mindset to the show. So when she asks this character, who is beautiful, has a more full figure than the others, which I think is notable in the opening, and is essentially a picture of what's her name from Haruhi. Haruhi Suzumiya. Asahina. She's essentially Asahina. Moe, big boobs, glasses girl, but it's explicitly commented on. You're too good at school, and the ditzy stuff is just, they're just elements of essentially Gap Moe. I don't really understand the conversation about the fluent stuff, except that it leads into the fact that this character is currently sick with a virus. Of course, she's there for selfish reasons. She's there as essentially a saint. And then we're just sort of introducing characters and having them be dumb. And here we get each of the characters like a little window into what bugs them. She's thinking about her weight and immediately thinks that the padded bra that she's wearing is potentially contributing to that. I don't remember what this one. Oh, right. She just screwed up and wore her character print underwear. She hasn't grown at all, so she's got a what do you call it? Height complex. Yeah. They mess with her about her lack of social life, and she's like, "No, I have a social life. We go partying every night and raiding." I love this sequence. I think that's supposed to be essentially Guile. She puts this as Street Fighter. It's cute. And then there's this Lucky Channel segment, which is immediately, to me, the most fun part of the show, because I think it's an intentional commentary on idol culture, but I think it works on both levels. It's funny in and of itself. And then immediately, once the question is asked about your Pei as a super idol, the instant character change occurs, and we know it's coming, right? Like we get this immediate cut to the reaction and silence, and then cut out to wide shot and silence, and then character breaks completely, and she becomes the jaded lady who's dealing with this shit, where this is just work, and then jumps straight back into which I think is amazing. I think it's great. I was thinking that this thing at the end, where they're going through the catalog, was going to serve as a framing device for the ED, but it turns out that there just wasn't an ED for this episode. So that's intriguing. I wonder what they'll do with that in the future. I don't know. In any case, I had fun with this episode. There's something here. Like, there's a purpose to this, and while the comedy isn't I don't feel like I'm gonna be rolling every episode, and it's not slapsticky or anything like that yet. I assume it will verge into into that direction occasionally. What it nailed was the "oh, that's too real" feeling, and the "oh, I know these people" as amalgamations or I know these characters as amalgamations of not only characters and archetypes, but of actual people uh, in anime culture who I have met or interacted with or seen posting online. So there's something here, and I want to find out what it is. So I'm gonna watch episode 2. So let's do that. Let me pull up episode 2 of Lucky Star, and let's watch it. Okay, I've got Lucky Star episode 2 up and ready to go. Beep beep timer goes here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. It's the difference between the sisters. All the stuffed animals, the bear bed. One gets up, the other one does not. And it's past noon. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow, this is great. Same scene, two angles. Whoa, okay. Uh-huh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Probably. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I don't think you should be that proud of that. Sort of. When it comes to games. Games. Yep. A whole lot. Uh, I have been that person. Oh man. So will she do extraordinarily well or just like meh? Uh huh. I have been that person. Often. I slacked off a lot in high school. I'm an idiot. Oh, you gotta deal with that. So you've heard, I guess. Uh huh. Mm-hmm. I hope we get a visualization. I think that's just you. Oh, okay. Some direct commentary. Big time. We don't get to see it. That's kind of great. We want to be in on this joke. Ooh, that's good. We just jump past it. Part-time job, eh? Where's she working though? Yeah, but where's she working? Me too. Doubt it. these are K on jokes. All right. A little bit. He was. He was in the background. Wait, he actually had a line? Back in my day. Ah, he did say that. She's horrible. I love it. Oh. This is quite unique. Okay. I'm gonna skip the preview. Okay. Again, the lucky channel portion was the standout. Um so okay, he also appears in the background, I believe. So we have the vacation part. I assume it actually is cut 45. Um, yep, there he is saying that. But then there's another scene where they're talking in the classroom and he's standing over on the right side in the background. I'm sure. Maybe it was during lunch. Maybe maybe it doesn't exist. So there's this like this weird interwoven meta narrative of this guy as actor, this character in the show and character in the Lucky Channel segment, who is also an actor in the show playing a part. And she is the like overbearing, jaded industry regular who thinks that she's hot shit but is actually quite terrible. For example, like her performance of the line from the teacher is so much worse than the actual teacher's line. That's fantastic. I love this segment with the split screen, but what's really impressive is this scene where the same thing is going on frame by frame in two different angles, which is kind of insane and also amazing. Um Jesus. Okay. Well, fun 2 episodes. I really enjoy the self-aware nature of the show. I've seen that kind of thing before, of course, but I can see how this was an influential piece of it. It does it really well and it flows really well, and the jokes aren't like explicit jokes. They're interesting conversations that are goofy and happen based on individual characters, like personal quirks and assumptions and way of looking at the world. I think that's the way that a lighthearted conversational show should be. So, this gets a thumbs up from me. Cool. Gonna wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Lucky Star episodes 1 and 2. I hope you've enjoyed them, and I think I'll be watching more of this. Peace.